I trust that everyone has had a good weekend. I know I have. Welcome to Billy's Wrestling Insight and Video Game Reviews. Before we get started today, I'd like to address a comment that was posted to my profile, youtube.com/WrestleGamer. This comment comes from James Rules 12345678999. And James says, "You don't have the TNA pay-per-view." James, you are correct in that statement, but I think from yesterday's show, you might be a little confused. Let me try to clarify it just a little bit for you. Yesterday's show was all about analyzing each one of the matches at Turning Point and predicting what was going to happen. There was nowhere in those statements that I say I would give the results or I would air the pay-per-view. I would just analyze each one of the matches, offer up some insights, weigh some objectives, and based on my observations, I would give my predictions on who would win the match, how the outcome of the match would be. Alright? I hope that clarifies things up for you, James. And thank you for taking the time to send a comment to my profile. Anybody that leaves a comment either on my profile or any of my shows, I will acknowledge you. I'll read your comment on the air, and again, you will be acknowledged. So, James Rules, thank you very much for your comment. Today is Monday, November 15th, 2009, and it's officially Video Game Monday here on Billy's Wrestling Insight and Video Game Reviews. There are two demos and a full game I'm going to talk about today. Now, when you hear these two names, you're going to say to yourself, or you're going to say to me, Billy, why are you talking about two demos of games that are already out? I'll tell you why. Because of right now, I don't have $120 to shell out on these two games. That's one reason. Second reason is I follow a little bit of a rule, a little bit of a guideline, as it were, when it comes to video games. And that is, always play a demo of the game first before you consider buying. If a demo is not available for this game, rent it. Either at your local movie gallery or whatever local establishment in your area that rents video games. Rent the game first. Because you never know if the game is good or bad until you try it at least once. See, I did not follow this rule when I purchased TNA Impact for my Xbox 360. Lo and behold, $60 down the drain. Anywho, this is an important guideline for any gamer to follow. It's to play a demo of it first, or rent it first, before you consider purchasing this product. Now, the two demos that I'm going to be discussing, the first one, I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about it, especially from my friends on Xbox Live. One friend in particular, gamertag RMA Psychosis. By the way, he's a real cool guy. Anybody out there on Xbox Live, look up RMA Psychosis and get him for your friends list. From what I've heard for this game, Wet, he told me that, it wasn't a good game, it wasn't fun, he just didn't like it. And I played the demo of it just last night for the first time. And just from what I saw on the demo of Wet, I thought this game is going to be spectacular. I mean, the game mechanics are very well done. The animation is fluid. The storyline appears to be solid. And the gameplay is just absolutely fun. One little setback is the targeting system for the guns. You have to actually line the camera angle up right to target with your guns. Well, let me rephrase that. You have to line the camera up to target with one of your guns, and then you use the left stick to target with your other guns, and when you're jumping in the midair, you can do like a double split shot like that. But other than that, I thought the game was solid. And the other demo that I played last night was Wolfenstein. Now, everybody knows about the history behind Wolfenstein and everything. I don't know too much about it, but I know that it was originally a first-person shooter game on the computer, like way back in like 1987. If I'm wrong, I apologize about that, but I'm just going offhand when I'm saying this. Anywho, the demo was actually solid too. Great graphics, wonderful animation, and a lot of familiar guns are in this game. When I say familiar, I'm a big Call of Duty World at War fanatic. I just love that game. And when I say two familiar guns are in there in the demo, I'm talking about the MP40 and the KAR98 bolt-action rifle. Those are two guns I'm very familiar with from Call of Duty World at War. And I was excited to see those guns in the game, but I really enjoyed the plasma cannon. For those of you who haven't played the game, I'm gonna not say anything about the plasma cannon. I'm gonna save that for you guys to find out whenever you get your hands on Wolfenstein. Now, if anybody were to ask me, what game would I shell out $60 for if I had $60 right now? Offhand, I would have to say I would shell out money for Wet. Wet just seems to be a more exciting, more fun game to play right now than Wolfenstein. And don't get me wrong, Wolfenstein is fun, but its soundtrack is kind of eerie. But then again, for a Nazi / sci-fi horror game, it's something you would expect. But Wet has just an amazing soundtrack with such incredible songs that makes you just want to stop and just listen to the songs on pause. That concludes the two demos that I'm going to talk about. The full game I want to talk about is a game that's been released for over a month, and it's a game that I'm a huge fan of this series, SmackDown vs. Raw. The newest edition is SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. A lot of great things to say about this game. An updated roster, updated creative superstar, the ability to create your own entrance movie through the highlight reel option. The downside to that, nobody online will be able to see your created entrance movie online during your creative superstar's entrance. They'll just see the WWE logo flashing over and over. Another downfall about the online play right now is there's an incredible lag in the server, and to the targeting system online. It's just incredibly bad right now. But I've heard on the grapevine that THQ is planning to come out with a downloadable patch, an update for this game to fix the targeting system and fix the lag. And I say this to THQ, please come out with it soon. That's all I'm saying. Please come out with this patch soon. Well, that does it for today, folks. Tune in tomorrow for the Raw Inside of the Week. Until then, this is Billy for Billy's Wrestling Insight and Video Game Reviews. And signing off, and as always, our opening and closing music is Weird Al's Weird Al.